And I gotta reselect my party. No! And Pran. And go! We'll bring Revan, because Revan's got a... Revan is a member, former member of the Riemann Resistance, so he's got beef with the Tal Shiar as well. We'll want to bring him along. He's got beef! Sir, this facility could be the key to understanding what the Tal Shiar are doing on this planet. This is about more than the Thaleron triggers. If it wasn't, they would have left once they learned the triggers were gone. We need to get inside and find out what their real goals are. Any ideas of where we go from here? This looks like an elevator, so my guess is that we head down. If the Tal Shiar are going through this much trouble to hide and isolate this facility, it's a sure bet they'll be guarding it. As soon as the Tal Shiar know we're here, we'll be fighting for our lives. A stealth approach would be best, and if any alarms trigger, we need to deal with them quickly. Yeah, stealth. This crew's not that good at that, unfortunately. But between the Tal Shiar operative, the Riemann rebel, the security officer, the doctor, and the hologram... Oh, we're gonna get caught. Alright, weapons free. Alright, we need to very stealthily blow up everything in that room. Okay, guys? We need to very stealthily leave no survivors. While I very, 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 very secretively conduct my starship doffing. Let's send the assault cruiser. Damn! Okay. 2 times critical rating. Plus 10 all stats. Damn! What about you? No. Plus 10 all stats. Yes! Let's see. And you. That's actually a really easy one to swing. The game may have just taken pity on me. Okay, requires... minus 20 tack required. How the fuck do I do that? I hope that's a plus 20 tack required. Otherwise, how the fuck do you do that? You know what, let's bring, yeah. Not the blockade escort. Cruiser. There we go. That's plus. That's a big critical margin, too. Alright. You guys ready? Let's do this. Blow up everyone. Getting some cube flashbacks. Why does everybody trust these? I don't trust these friggin' bridges. Third? Third! Where the fuck is third? Okay, there he is. I'm about to say, I just started talking about how I don't trust these bridges and I'm already down a man. Intruders! Grenade! Crystalline entity! Kick to the face! Shoot you! There we go. See? Stealthy! alarm system of the area has been shut down. Those were the most stealthy explosions you've ever heard. Duranium. Any other? There is another one, but there isn't. It is not here. Okay. Sit here. Oh, someone's got a nice little desk. Wonder if this is reception. This looks like reception almost. It's probably what it is. Yeah, this is a reception desk. I'm sorry, sir. You'll have to make another appointment. I don't make appointments. I don't know why I'm Batman all of a sudden. Override mainframe. And jump. I didn't mean to jump, but apparently it was necessary. We don't have all the data yet, Admiral. The Tal Shiar seem to be conducting experiments here. We should investigate. Any proof we can get of Tal Shiar wrongdoing is valuable. Wrongdoing. 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 Lima. 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 Pathing. The pathing is broken. 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 Sup, Lima? Having some trouble? Come on. The pathing is busted. 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 The pathing is busted. Let's see. Security console. I'll bet happy things happened in this room. Security console.
The test subjects are reacting well to the indoctrination procedures.
So, the Romulans are doing some Clockwork Orange shit in here.
We had a few casualties, as we expected. But those that survived should be able to start Phase 3 by the end of the week.
And what is Phase 3? Forcing people to fight.
Proceed carefully. This patient hasn't responded well to the treatments. Watch those levels. He's going critical.
It's the Shroomies! What did we just see? Are the Tal Shiar experimenting on people? What could they possibly hope to accomplish with these atrocities? We need to press forward to find out. It's time for answers. Tricorder readings may... I don't know where May came from. Tricorder readings say the room up ahead is a laboratory. We should take a look. We might find out more about what's going on here. It's funny because I'm not intentionally trying to sound like Eric Newsom voicing Revan, but it's just kind of coming out that way. It's kind of... That's just what Remans sound like now, I guess. Or that's what I feel like he should sound like. Because Obasek is awesome. Sup, bitches? No, you don't. There we go. That feels a lot more forgiving than it used to be. I remember, like, missing that alarm a lot. It might be that I'm just that overpowered by this point, though. These tables look familiar. These tables come back in Delta Rising. Oh, hi, Slamic. What's up with you? Light, it hurts my eyes. Can you turn it down, please? It's too bright here. Tell me what happened. I was in a shuttle. There were Tel Shiar attacking my colony. There was a blinding light and a noise that vibrated the cabin like it was coming apart. Then there was blackness. I woke up here. They kept asking me questions. Questions about things I don't know. Why didn't they just let me die? Let's get you out of here. Yeah, these come back later. Having seen these later on in Delta Rising puts these tables in a whole different context. Let's see. Rena Kev. This is a character fairly important if you're in the if you're playing as a Romulan Republic member. She's a fairly major character that I will not spoil. You're not Tal Shiar. Are you here to take me home? Yes, tell me who you are. My name is Rena Kev. I was working on a freighter, the Usaken. We haul anything that can make some latinum. We haul anything we can make some latinum with. Oh, I messed that up, didn't I? We had an offer to take a load of techosite to Gasco Station. My captain didn't like it. We heard that there was trouble in that area, but we needed the work, so the Tal Shiar were waiting for us. Captain Sar let them board, and said they could inspect our cargo and manifests, but they killed him, and then they started shooting everyone else. I didn't know why they kept me alive, but they kept asking me questions about terrorists, and the Republic, and my brother. They said he did such awful things, that he smuggled weapons and killed people. But I know him. I know none of it's true. They're the ones who are evil. Let's get you out of here. No! No, make it stop, make it stop! We're here to help, we won't hurt you. Ah! They come in the night. I woke up and one of them was standing over my bed. How did it get in my room? What does it want? I want to go home. Let's get you out of here. Though, to be fair, I would be freaking out if I saw one of the shroomy assholes, like, fucking standing over me. If I, like, woke up to that, yeah, I'd be freaked out, too. Who are you? Are you here to hurt me again? Please, please, I'll tell you anything. Just tell me what you want. Calm down. Tell me what they've done to you. There were lights and voices. Voices in my head. There were thoughts, but they weren't mine. That wasn't the worst of it. They hurt me. Cut me. One time they amputated my hand, and 2 days later they put it back. There were procedures, and I was awake. I could feel everything. I think they were doing some sort of tests, but I don't know what they were for. I just want out of here. We'll send you someplace safe. Sir, I think we need to get the person responsible for this madness here so we can confront him. There's a communications center in this facility. I'm sure the operatives were in regular contact with their commanders. If we send some false messages, perhaps we could convince someone to make an appearance. Well, someone just made an appearance here. And then they got shot in the face. Strange that didn't set off the alarm, but whatever. Okay, we're all still here, including the Horda. Very good. There's the magical disappearing Ulan. Also good. Okay. So. Okay. Yeah, that alarm feels way more forgiving than it used to be. I think we are happening upon the final... Yeah, this looks to be... Or is it that? Yeah, I think we gotta go in here first. What up, bitches? Oh shit. I was looking for it and it was right there. There we go. Okay, we got any other interactables in this room? No, that sucks. These force fields look familiar too. These are from Delta Rising, or they reappear in Delta Rising rather. Okay, access rights. Read only. Please make a selection from the following menus. Communications. View message. Operative 569482. Status update. So, if we can alter this message and resend it, we might be able to lure whomever is in charge here into a trap. Okay. Ah, my ears! Ah! This headset's just uncomfortable. Tain't the Widowmaker, though. The Widowmaker has been retired for good. That thing would hurt. Wet the whistle. C2 Colonel Hakiv. Hassan of the Orion Syndicate was in possession of the Thalaron trigger devices, but I was unable to procure them. Com chatter and interrogations of some of Hassan's workers have revealed that the triggers were purchased by a splinter group of Remans. I've analyzed all traffic in and out of the Nimbus system, and a Reman vessel fled during the attempted raid by Hassan's fleet. All indications are that the triggers are off-planet now. View message. Installation 18 project parameters. Let's see. To Installation 18 from Colonel Hakiv. Establish a base on the surface of Nimbus 3. Find and acquire Thalaron triggers believed to be in the possession of an Orion Syndicate operative. Note, it is imperative to keep Thalaron weapons out of the hands of our enemies. Keeping vital components for building these weapons off the open market is a continuing goal of the Tal Shiar. So at least he's not batshit insane enough to let Thalaron weapons get just like thrown around everywhere. He's just insane enough to blow up his home planet. Prisoners of value will be sent to Installation 18. Combining Elachi interrogation and mind control techniques with our holographic conditioning has proven to be very successful in test cases. That research will continue at Installation 18. Several Elachi will be at I don't know where that came from, will be at the facility to facilitate the research. Prisoners who successfully resist combined conditioning will be given to the Elachi for their use. Take control of supply lines on Nimbus 3 currently being run by the Orion Syndicate. The population of Nimbus 3 relies on outside supplies for survival. Being the sole supplier of these goods will give us control of the planet without having to resort to a military solution. Okay. Change access rights. To access administrative functions, please enter password now. Admin, read, write, access. Mine data for password. Partial password detected. EN133. Warning, system is designed to delete all data if files or communications are accessed without proper authorization. So they got their fucking stuff from Apple. Back. Let's see. E. Admin. Epsilon. Read, write, access. Mine data for password. 133. Let's see. Chains read. Epsilon. So it's got a 1 in it. This one. Yes. Let's see. 3, 3, and 2 digits. Oh. 377, and right is 3. There we go. I don't know why the Romulans are using Epsilon. Then again, I don't know why they're using Roman military ranks either. So, whatevers. Okay, read, write, access. Okay. Open for editing. Hakiv is a penis. All caps. Let's see. True Colonel Hakiv. Hassan and the Riding Syndicate was okay. Hassan and the Riding Syndicate was in possession of Thalon trigger devices. I was able to procure them. Triggers were purchased for a modest fee and are ready for pickup from some of Hassan's workers located in the Nimbus system. All indications are that the triggers are in good condition. Send message. I really wish I could have trolled Hakiv. That would have been so... That's probably something that'd be more satisfying if you were a Romulan Republic player. But, yeah. That would have been so nice. Okay. Hakiv's a dick! I got your Thaleron weapons right here. Come get them. Come at me. Sir, new life signs dead ahead, and they're not like anything we've seen before. But there was one in the room back there. There were a bunch of them in the room back there. We got tricorders, right? Shouldn't we have, like just passively scan those as we went by? Our Romulan allies have shared some data on a species known as the Alachi that have been attacking Republic settlements. These life signs are a match, and they're working with the Tal Shiar. Perhaps we should attempt to detain one for questioning. So if I remember right, this Alachi is something of an annoying fight. This guy's a lot tougher than the guys you'll end up fighting later on. He's pretty high ranked. He managed to put a couple of my buffs down for the count. Okay. Activate stasis field. Lima, easy! If you want to get out of here alive, you'll answer our questions. Damn it, Lima! Let's start with something simple. Who... No, I didn't want to... Oh, shit! Ah! I missed a dialogue. I saw the shinies and I tried to pick them up. Damn it! Hopefully it's in my chat log. Jesus Christ, Lima. Okay, mission. Alright. Sir, that thing decided to kill itself rather than answer any of our questions. Why would it do that? I wish we could have learned more, but it looks like your plan worked. Well, it's kind of your plan, Revan. While Glinda reports that an entire Tal Shiar fleet has arrived in orbit in response to the message we sent earlier. Let's see. Sir, we're being hailed by the flagship of the Tal Shiar fleet. Okay.
Who are you? Will you be missed by anyone after I remove you from this universe?
Oh, there was a bunch of people who were asking when Rise of the Redshirt was coming back. Incoming hail from our new friends, Admiral. Good fight. I'm sure you're willing to turn a blind eye to a little salvage operation, aren't you? There's another hail coming in, sir. Always glad to offer a fellow Starfleet officer some assistance, Admiral. Nimbus will be safer once the Tal Shiar are gone. Admiral. Who just showed up? A frigate. Oh. A couple frigates. I'm sorry. And a science vessel. Pride of the Federation fleet. Okay. Admiral, Colonel Hakeev is hailing us again.
This fight no longer interests me.
Pussy!
Now that you've met my new allies, the Alachi, you understand just how precarious your position is. Run while you can.
What a pussy! Tal Shiar fleet has been destroyed, sir. Nimbus 3 will be better off without their influence, as would the Romulan Star Empire. I suggest we head back to the surface and wrap things up, sir. Down. Wrap things up. Whom are we wrapping it up to? Pretty sure that what's-his-face isn't a superior. Why are we reporting to Mud? Is it Mud? It's not Mud. Is it Mud? It's not Mud. It's Horace Jones. That's right. It's not Mud from the Tribble episode. Talk to Horace Jones.
Hey there, friend.
Alright. Have you heard the news? What's been going on around here? I've been hearing strange reports that something major went down at the satellite array in the desert. Did you have anything to do with that? There was a secret Tal Shiar base. I heard a Tal Shiar boss man showed up in response to your actions. That true? You don't need to worry about any Tal Shiar coming anymore. Damn! You sure do know how to get things done. People had their doubts about you, and you showed them. Hassan's gone, the Gorn have been put in their place, and now the Tal Shiar too? This keeps up and Nimbus will be a right nice place to live. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some Latinum to collect from 2 of 8. I've been betting on you the entire time. Enjoy your winnings.
If you need it, I've got it.
I need to get out of this desert. I knew the Tal Shiar were bad. Mind control, alien experiments, who knows what else they were doing to those poor people. Says the man working for an organization that committed genocide. The glass house is amazing. The Alachi have to be stopped. I'll start making plans. Good work, Admiral. And I don't need to take the pirate distress call, because I already have it, but... Oh. I literally can't take a second one. I'll take, let's see, piercing dual Tetrion. Piercing Tetrion weapons, I'm more of a phaser man, so nah. I'll take the Singularity Core for some vendor trash. Trailers system, no. And that is the Wasteland arc. It's got 3 missions that are actual missions. A 5-mission series with like 3 missions in it that are actual like plot missions, and 2 missions that are literally just there to give you a reason to like walk across a desert. I have like a command spec and like forward march, so my run speed is a little bit faster than like what the default would be. So, but that really doesn't do much. My previous point stands. There needs to be some, if they're going to introduce like more and more like really large environments like this map, and I hope they do. I really do hope they do. Then they need to introduce some form of vehicle. Like some method of conveyance. Because it's not always practical to have a transporter network set up everywhere. Nor does it always make sense to have that. That's the whole reason for the Argo buggy. Sometimes, you know, I know a lot of people were like, why would they have a car? Sometimes you can get places easier from a ground vehicle than you can from an air vehicle. I mean, it's still dumb, like why they needed the car when they could have just taken the shuttle and, like, beamed everything aboard the shuttle. Like, they could have just, like floated above it, hovered above the things, and, like, beamed them aboard and, like, returned to the ship in, like, half the time it took them to drive around. So the point still stands as far as Star Trek Nemesis is concerned, that the use of the Argo in that movie was really stupid. But, and that the entire inclusion of that scene, like, when they cut the movie for runtime, the fact that they, like, included the car chase and the whole, like, Argo nonsense, but cut out, like, all the little character moments that, like, Picard and Data had, and, like, Riker and Troy and Worf had, and all that, like all of the little character moments for the rest of the cast, just so they could have a car chase. Like, it really didn't make sense in Nemesis, but it does make sense as something that Starfleet would have. You know? Sometimes you gotta traverse rough terrain and, you know, you can't beam to a place because there's no, like, maybe the transporters don't work or the atmosphere interferes with the transporters. Really, the things malfunction so often for so many reasons. I might, you know, there's probably plenty of officers who would just rather take a car. You know? You know, particularly at a time when they were in the middle or in the aftermath of a war. You know, they had just finished the Dominion War by the time Nemesis came out. Or I think Nemesis is set after Voyager, so the Dominion War had been wrapped up for only a few years before Nemesis. So Starfleet probably had the Argo in development the whole time during the war because the Jem'Hadar would kick Starfleet's ass on the ground. So they wanted a cavalry, basically. They wanted like mounted infantry with, like, really big guns to, like, mow down Jem'Hadar. You know, so it makes sense that Starfleet would have something like that. Why it's only mounted facing backwards is a different story. But, hey, somebody wanted a Warthog for Starfleet when they were making Nemesis. The Warthog's cool, so I'll give you that. It makes sense for Starfleet to have. Even as an exploratory organization, it would make sense for them to have a rover. You know? I mean, crap, we made a lunar rover, you know? Sometimes you just need one. Like when you're in a desert. Running across a desert. That is so big that you have to make traveling across it its own mission. It might come in handy to have a rover. Do you get what I'm saying yet? But that's the Wasteland story arc. As for like the 3 actual plot missions in this story arc, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. This one really is just sort of like Lost City of Paradise. Lost City of Paradise is just sort of literally just introducing you to the place and like introducing you to the map and like the general social area is what that's all about. And as for Installation 18, Undying is such a hard act to follow. In fact, the second half of Installation 18, or not even the second half, but like the last third, maybe, not even that. The last battle in space, you know, feels like the same beat that Installation 18 was doing. It feels like they're redoing Installation 18 with confronting Hassan in space, except Hakeev is a gigantic pussy and he runs away. You know, it feels... Yeah, but it feels repetitive. You know, it feels like they're just recycling the ending of Undying, as opposed to doing something new and something cool, like going after Hakeev's ass on an Alachi starship, for example. Would have been cool. Disabling, like beaming to space, disabling the ship, beaming to the ship. You know, and like Hakeev like escaping and like chasing him at warp or anything, you know. They really started doing some like much cooler things with the game engine that they were able to do or had the time and the funding to do back then. So Installation 18 is definitely a mission that I could see them revisiting at some point. Installation 18 could use a remaster pass. Undying is great, but Installation 18 is not a bad mission. Most of it is great. Most of it is okay. As sort of like the ending to... But as the ending to a story arc, that is the Nimbus storyline, Installation 18 feels really weak and it feels really anticlimactic. So if you could fix those 2 things, those things being transportation across the desert and making it so that transportation is sort of like gets interrupted naturally along the way without breaking up game flow, without just like dotting little mini objectives to keep the fuck was that? Without dotting little mini objectives. Okay, let's go to the bar. If you could change it with, like, to, like, you're traveling through the desert on a conveyance, and your transit is naturally interrupted, and, like, there's something interesting for you to do to be able to resume transit. You know, there's an interesting place to explore, or there are things along the way that you could look at that can sort of flesh out the world space and what is happening to these people and what the Tal Shiar are doing to these people. If you could do that and sort of make it so that Installation 18 is a bit more climactic, you know, finale to the Nimbus storyline in a way that sort of feeds into like a greater storm is coming sort of sense that the early storylines are like trying to build, that really starts snowballing later on in the game. Like, if you could do those two things, I think people would like the Nimbus storyline a lot more. As it is, like I said, 2 of the missions are literally just running across the desert. It drags. It's not the most exciting story to play through. It's not a bad story, but it could certainly be improved. And Cryptic has said that they are actively looking at older content as they release newer content to see what they can bring up to their current bar of quality. And I think that they could really take a look at Wasteland, and the Wasteland storyline could really benefit from attention in that department. That's my 2 cents. So, next time we're finally going to start the I almost said rebooted. It's not a reboot. It's not a remaster either. Remake, maybe? Because, like, a lot of these missions, like Terrace, like Desperate Measures, Shadowplay, a lot of these missions are reminiscent of pre-existing missions in the Romulan Mystery. But the new Romulan Mystery missions are only 5... It's only 5 missions long. So... that's much nicer than the 20-plus missions I had to suffer through last time. Oh yeah. That's way nicer. So next time we'll be dealing with Empress Sela. And we'll be meeting Denise Crosby for the first time in this game, is when this is supposed to... I think this is supposed to be chronologically in the game, her first appearance. A major character and antagonist in the game. Ambiguously antagonistic. And we'll see her next time. We'll see her next time. Aha! No. Let's get out of this desert. This desert is getting to me. We'll see you next time. Okay, let's see. Will I turn Super Saiyan if I collect this? No. No, I won't. So until next time, that's been Rise of the Redshirt. And we are now past the Wasteland arc, and I will see you guys later!